Why did we think, and I think you had him in your mock draft, that Will Levis could end up with the Colts?
Well, I think that, one, knowing Chris Ballard through time and talking to him a few times and knowing, like, he's into big-time traits, elite traits, right? Things about guys that go, ooh, whoa, that's special. Nobody can do that. And now we can build around that. And, hey, coaches, you make them better in some of those other departments. So I had him kind of pinned as one of those type of guys. And, you know, those are the two guys that kind of had the elite traits. We know Richardson and Levis probably had the two strongest arms in the draft. They definitely did. So that's kind of where I pinned it. And then I worried about, you know, all the S2 talk with C.J. Stroud. You know, C.J. Stroud was my favorite quarterback. But the one thing I know about the S2 and people around the NFL and all my friends and connections there, yeah, it doesn't predict success. But to this point, it's predicted failure, or not 100%, but pretty close. And I think that's what scared people too. So I wasn't sure if they would feel comfortable with Stroud at 4.
But then Levis starts to fall, and then I wonder if this is where mock drafts can do a disservice to a player.
Sure.
Because we look at it and we go, oh, my God, he's dropping. When sometimes the professionals get in there and start assessing these guys before the writers do this and give you a mock. We got a mock draft already for next year.
Yeah, right.
And now you're already up there, and then you start to fall. Well, it's the player that we're blaming, not the person in the mock draft who put them up them too high. And Will Levis it just felt like he was too high.
Yeah, well, I think everyone bought into the hype. There was a little hype from last year that carried over into this year. He looks exactly the way you want the franchise quarterback to look, right? He's smart and handsome and, you know, looks good on the podium. And then, of course, he's got a rocket right arm. So all those things fit the bill of, oh, he's got to be a top 10 pick. He was quarterback in the SEC, all of that. But, like, Dan, it drives me crazy. Unqualified people making qualifying statements all the time goes on in this business. And yeah, like I even think of like the Notre Dame tight end, Michael Mayer, phenomenal player, right? Oh, I mean, you were led to believe that he was a top 10 pick before the draft process. Baby Gronk and Notre Dame and everything there. And it's like, it's not fair to him that the expectations are put up so high. And I think you're right, Dan. I mean, I know I had friends and people I talked to that saw Levis the same way I did. I like some of the things about his physical tools, but it's just inconsistent. And it's all over the place in a lot of different areas to where, yeah, I couldn't have picked him in the top 6, 7, 8 picks. That wouldn't have been for me. And I think there was a lot of teams that felt like that, and that's kind of why he kind of kept falling down the round.